Hey, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Extra Feature Interview. Today, I have a fabulous guest who has a short film. Yes, people, we're going back to short films. I know it's been a while. David Moscovici is here. His film Annoying Sounds. Welcome.
Thank you. It's Daniel.
Oh, short. I said David, didn't I? I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm
It's
losing
a
it there
funny
with age.
anecdote, but everybody calls me David. Even if I say hi, my name is Daniel, they say hi. Nice to meet you, David.
That is funny. So, how's it going? Let's start there. Why this story? Now, and I also want to know we are going to discuss the ending, people. I just casually, I'm not going to get into it too heavily, but a little bit. Why this story? Where does it come from?
The story, well, I'm from the Middle East, and this is basically a variation of a story that my mom told me as a child.
Aha.
So that story ended up setting my empathy and sympathy for any kind of similar situation. And especially because I'm from that region, October 7 hit close to home. And online there's all this vitriol and that kind of thing, and from either side type of thing. And I just want to kind of like remind people, let's back off. At the end of the day, it's apparent, like it's loss of life, so let's keep it at its core.
So, how young was your mother telling the story? Was it something she would tell everybody, or just you, or how did that work?
I don't know, when she told me I was probably like maybe 7, 8.
Okay.
So I don't know if
Really
it's
young.
her original story. I don't know if she heard it somewhere else, but it's a variation of what she told me.
Interesting. I can ask you, is your mother still alive?
Yes.
Has she seen the movie?
Yes.
And her opinion was?
I mean, even if let's say it was complete garbage, she'll still be proud. So I don't know
Of
if we can
course.
count
I
on her.
just meant it's her story. She told you the story, and you're like, look, mom, look what I did.
She's very proud of it. She
Good.
she felt really emotional about it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand the mother thing. I'm just more a sense that you're stealing her story, is what I was going for there.
I'm actually exposing her story
Fair enough. Um, was this shot in Montreal or shot somewhere else?
in Montreal. Yes,
Okay, where'd you get the cemetery location then?
actually, funny enough, the cemetery is CGI.
What?
Yeah,
So
we
hold
filmed.
on. There's
Yeah, go ahead.
uh, when you're looking at this film, you have the two actors. There's really only two actors in the film.
Yes.
I even see things going on behind them. So
Oh, the
that's
park
all
is real.
CGI'd.
No, no, no,
Oh, the
no. The
park.
park is real. Yeah, just the tombstones are CGI.
So the opening shot of the tombstones, that's all fake.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Had me fooled.
Good. I'm happy.
What
I'll tell
part?
that to my guy.
I did. I would say at the end they kind of break up, but I wasn't sure. I'm like, ah, that could just be me looking at color corrections. What park is it then?
It's next to the Lachine Canal.
Okay.
The exact name of the park escapes me at the moment, but like, yeah, it's a Lachine Canal Park. It's everybody goes there to barbecue, to bike, and just to walk around. So it's a beautiful location.
Okay, we start off with two people. And how warm is it at the park? Because I thought they were wearing heavy clothes, I wrote, because it looks pretty warm in the scene.
Oh yeah, yeah. We filmed it in June, July-ish.
Oh my God,
So they were hot. I didn't tell them to wear that kind of heavy clothes. I just told them to kind of like look, I don't know, like modest in a certain way, but when they came like that, and I even told them, take off your, if you guys are hot, take off the coat, that kind of thing. No, no, no. They were 100% troopers. So, I love these two women. They're just phenomenal.
so where did you find them? I mean, you've written your short, obviously, you're ready to go, and where do you find them?
Well, actually, well, usually on my Facebook page, I put casting calls out, but and normally I succeed. With this one, I had to actually go to a casting agency.
Oh,
Her name is Helen Rose, Rose Rousse. So, and these two actresses, they are both from Ottawa.
interesting.
So they loved the script, and they just came down to be part of it because they loved it.
So the birds flying by at one point, it's very quick. Those are CGI'd, I presume, then too.
Oh no, they're real.
The birds are real. Okay, now I'm
Those are
completely
real.
confused. The
just
cemetery's
just the
fake. Those birds
tombstones.
are real.
Just the tombstones, nothing else.
So wow, so the birds coming by, you must have been ecstatic because that's such a quick
Oh yeah.
shot with those birds coming by.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was beautiful timing, like because obviously we take multiple takes, and when the birds came, we were kind of worried about the sound because they weren't exactly quiet. So, but luckily enough, we have a good audio person, and like uh, everything did its job properly, and we were able to filter it out.
So all the bird sounds, those are real then.
No, no, no. The bird sounds that we put them manually to kind of
Okay,
like merge the scenes together, kind of thing, to give it some kind of connectivity in the flow.
interesting. So how many times did you make how long did you make these lovely ladies stand outside?
One full day, like the shoot was about, I believe, 10 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of we took a lot of breaks. Made sure they were well fed, and everybody got their chance to rest. And it was a really fun experience. So these two ladies, I can't wait to work with them again.
So as you were writing this, I mean, you're obviously remembering yourself young. Did you have to flesh it out more from the story? Obviously, I'd say yes from your mother, or did you like change settings in your mind, or what was your experience?
Well, I did change a few things to make it more current, but the gist of the story is identical. So the point, the story that my mom told me, it's not verbatim on the screen, but it's basically about showcasing commonality rather than differences. So that both parents, that have this tragedy, and after 10, 15, 20 years, nobody will remember anything, and they're still left there holding the bag. So that was essentially the gist of the story.
Do you find you have these conversations with people?
Oh yes, all the time, and it sometimes it ends up turning a little bit political, and I'm not a political person at all, so I kind of like don't engage in that kind of thing. But if it's just like, okay, let's discover commonality because we can be friends, we should be friends, those kind of conversation I usually I can't wait to jump in on.
Okay. I'm going to ask a harder question. Are these conversations taking place in Canada? Or are these conversations overseas?
The conversation themselves, I kind of left it ambiguous because, with the exception of the ending, this can be applicable to any situation.
I agree.
So the way that it was written like like okay, neutral setting, that kind of thing. It could be, I mean, without revealing too much, but yeah, it could be any kind of situation.
Okay. Did you have any issues shooting in the park? It looks like you were pretty much left alone from what I saw.
Yes, we had a shooting permit, so we were allowed to do it, and we got there really early in the morning, and the scenes that would usually be more crowded, we got them done early, and we kind of moved further into the park as the day got along. So this way, we would be away from the noise because people were barbecuing, playing soccer, all that good stuff.
So I'm gonna have to ask, you said they moved to the park. Obviously, I'm looking at CGI Tombstone, so obviously my line of sight doesn't move. So I should have noticed the background moving more then?
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time, please.
Well, you're saying that you've moved the actors as the shoot went on, you moved deeper, deeper into the park. Should I have
Oh,
noticed that?
no, not really, because we took blank slates to be able to keep it in the same type of positioning. Plus, like with the masters, they're all were done with the same background. It's more the close up and the inserts that were more inside, more advanced.
Okay, I see where you're going with that. Okay, the puppet show. Should I have known what this puppet show was? I was trying to rack my brain. I could not think of anything.
It's basically Sesame Street.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out where's he going. I'm like, what would be relevant to this day? Perfect.
No, this is because this is the one thing, like with the porcupine and that kind of thing. In that part of the world, there's a version of Sesame Street where Big Bird is essentially a big porcupine.
Oh, fascinating. I'd never heard of that.
So yeah, because it's specific to that region, and so those who are from that region would understand really well the reference. But either way, it could have been. It's just as ambiguous as anything else.
No, I
Just
understand.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm with you on that one. I was just more interested in what was based off of.
No, I hear you.
So, being a Canadian, do you self-fund or do you get grants or how do you do your projects?
Every project that I wrote, I had to unfortunately self-finance. I'm trying to apply for grants, but I think I'm filling it out properly, but for some reason I end up not getting them. So I mean, like I'm very, very stubborn or determined, depending who you ask. So if I want a project done, if it will take a while to get it done, then it will take a while, but I will do my best to make sure it's done.
Fair enough. Did you always want the ending to be a surprise ending?
Yes, I love twists.
Okay.
No, and I
I,
want in this specific case, I wanted to show because if let's say I reveal it at the beginning, essentially whatever they say to each other won't matter because people mentally will already
checked
choose
out.
something.
Right.
So, so I wanted to make sure that it's at the end and say, "Oh, okay, this is what's happening."
Interesting. And at any time anybody questioned that after seeing the ending that the two graves are beside each other?
Well, I mean, we put it as a grave, but it's kind of more like a monument. We just
Okay.
made so it's kind of like a monument for that event. So it's more metaphorical than anything. So
Fair enough. Okay. I think I've done what I can. I'm just going to keep you for a few more seconds to answer some fun questions for me.
nice.
Your favorite time on the first time on the show, your favorite film?
Oh, that's a hard question, depending on the genre. But I always gravitate to The Godfather and Jurassic Park for some reason.
Since you're from Montreal, it's one of my favorite cities to visit for JFL. So people know what I'm talking about, know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant? It's a sushi place that used to be called Sushi San John, but it changed the name, I think, to Sushi Inn or something like that. And also, there's a beautiful place called Manga Bistro. So if you're a fan of sushi, those two places I would highly recommend.
And last question, your favorite director?
Spielberg, because I don't think I've ever seen a director with more versatility and variety in his body of work.
I absolutely agree. Tell everybody where they can find your great films.
BrokenBranchFilms.com or Facebook.com/BrokenBranchFilms. There's the links there to my YouTube. So it's YouTube.com/ @_Broken Branch Films. And yeah, any kind of support that you guys can provide, that would be amazing.
Thank you and have a great night.
Thank you, you too.